Welcome to our continuing coverage of SHOT Show 2017. That's right, the Shooting, Hunting, Outdoor Trade Show in Las Vegas, Nevada, with almost 65,000 people in attendance and thousands upon thousands of brand new products. We're going to cover it throughout the week with regular updates, so stay tuned. Hi, this is Joel Persinger. I'm the gun guy. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I really deeply appreciate it. Hey, it's another day at SHOT Show here in Las Vegas, and I ran across somebody I'm a big fan of. Alan, I am a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
Because you do some tremendous work. This is Alan Gottlieb of SAF, and in case you don't know what SAF stands for, I'm going to have him tell you it stands for
Second Amendment Foundation.
Now, you may not have heard of the Second Amendment Foundation, but I have. They have filed so many lawsuits to protect your Second Amendment right that it's amazing, and their success rate is beyond stellar. So I wanted to have a couple of minutes with Alan for him to update us on what's happening with the lawsuits that they have going on right now. It's important that you understand that if you support organizations like this, they can do great work, but they can't do it alone. We have to pull together and support them financially. We need to get the word out and those things. That's what I want to do here.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about what's happening currently.
Well, we have about 30 cases right now in federal court.
Yeah.
And some of them are moving rather quickly right now. It's only been a few weeks into the new year here, and one case, Baginski in Massachusetts, restoration of rights case. Guy got DUI many years ago. In Massachusetts, they won't let him have a gun because of that.
Wow.
And we're in federal court on that, and we just won a big motion against the government who tried to dismiss the case, and a judge said, oh no, people have Second Amendment rights. And we just won another motion like that against the state of Illinois on foster care. In Illinois and some other states as well, if you want to have foster children, they don't allow you to own a gun in your home. And so we
Wait a minute, say that again?
If you want to have foster children,
You want to have foster children,
they help kids out.
and help kids out,
You can't have
and
a
give
gun
them
in
a
your
home, and you can't have a gun in your home.
Right, so we filed a suit against the state of Illinois, and they also moved that, well, if you apply for foster children, you lose your Second Amendment rights. The judge said, oh no, that's not true, and denied Illinois' motion to dismiss. So we've won two big motions so far this year.
That's awesome.
And then we have two cases.
And it's January.
It's January.
Yeah.
Then we have two cases, one known as Binder up Suarez. These two of them got combined together. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled our way in both of them. They got combined en banc for an en banc panel to review it. The en banc panel ruled our way again, and now the Justice Department, Obama's Justice Department, on his way out of office, filed a motion
Thank
for
God.
cert for the Supreme Court to hear the case to overturn our victory. So this is a case that may very quickly get to the U.S. Supreme Court, because when we win and knock out a law, then what happens is, the court has a very good chance of hearing it.
That's a big domino you're not going to...
Right, and of course, with the Justice Department changing leadership, maybe the Justice Department will argue on our side.
Yeah, hopefully, wouldn't that be nice?
So that's kind of nice. Then you've got out of California.
Well, yeah, I'm from the People's Socialist Republic of California. So.
Then you got the Peruta case, which the plaintiffs moved for cert with the Supreme Court. And of course, our case, Richards, which is very similar, same thing, is tied to it. The en banc court in Ninth Circuit overturned our victories at the appeals court level in that, and so they're tied together. So that may also end up going to the U.S. Supreme Court. So we have two bites at the apple of the U.S. Supreme Court on gun rights cases that probably should come up this year.
Well, and I do have a concealed carry permit in California, and I think if I meet the other guy that's got one, we can start a club.
Probably.
Because we may be the only two, and that's got to change.
Yeah, probably. And we just filed a brand new suit against the city of Seattle. We have one that's filed against Seattle that was done jointly between the Second Amendment Foundation, the NRA, and the National Shooting Sports Foundation to challenge the gun and ammunition tax that Seattle passed. Well, in the interim, our publication, thegunmag.com, under the Public Records Act, asked the city of Seattle, we want to know how much money they've collected in this tax. Because they claim it's between $3,000 and $500,000. We think it's more like $20,000 or $30,000.
You would say so, yeah.
And so they don't want to give us the data because they're embarrassed. So they're making the argument that, well, if we get the amount of, there's only so few gun dealers left in Seattle. If we tell you the amount, you can figure out what their business's volume are, and the privacy, we can't do that. We said, well, we don't want that information. We just want the gross number of dollars in tax you got. They refused to give it to us. Washington State has a law that the city of Seattle, for not turning it over to us, has to pay our legal fees and a $100 a day fine. So what's probably going to happen is we just moved to the summary judgment motion this week. What's probably going to happen is that the court's going to rule in our favor, and what the city of Seattle is going to end up doing is the $20,000, $30,000 they collected in tax.
They're going to write a big check
to the Second Amendment Foundation,
right, hallelujah.
So we can sue them again.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a busy year.
Absolutely, I love it. So I want to make sure, one of the reasons I wanted to talk with you today is because I've been following you guys a lot, And I'm not a millionaire. If I was, I'd write you a really big check, because I'm grateful for the work that you do. Can you tell the folks that watch my channel, and I love them, they're awesome, and I get great comments. These people want to fight these battles, but they don't. A lot of them don't know what to do. And I think it's key that they support organizations like SAF, because you guys do such great work. But it costs money.
It costs lots of dollars.
These things cost a lot of money.
Our average case probably ends up costing us, when the various states or the federal government, put roadblocks on our way and run up our bills.
Yeah.
The average case is now costing us about $250,000.
$250,000. You know, I didn't pay that much for my house, right?
I know, it's scary.
It's worth more now because it's in San Diego, but when I bought it 20 years ago, it wasn't.
But I mean, it's really kind of scary. And when you have 30 cases ongoing, that's a lot of dollars.
That's a lot of dollars.
So
yeah.
I'm going to talk directly to your audience.
Yes,
I'm going to plead with you. This really helps us out a lot. And remember, about 80% of the case law defending Second Amendment rights in the courts were made by the Second Amendment Foundation's lawsuits. So I mean, almost everything is ours.
What's your success rate?
Well, it's hard to say what our success rate is, because we file so many cases, and a lot of times it's ruled by man, not ruled by law, depending on what judge you get.
I get it.
But the important thing is 80% of the case law supporting Second Amendment rights
came about as a
result of our litigation.
Right.
So if we weren't around, 80% of the case law supporting Second Amendment rights in our court system would be gone.
And what I appreciate about you is you're not locked into one state.
No,
you're filing lawsuits across the country, and by the way, that includes California.
Yeah.
And the complaint I get a lot is, I don't want to join this organization because they've abandoned California, or I don't want to join that organization because I don't feel like they're doing anything here. I want you to understand what I understand, having watched this. These folks are working hard across the nation. They're working extremely hard in the People's Socialist Republic of California.
Yeah.
So regardless of what state you're in, if there's any kind of infringement of your Second Amendment rights, you're going to see this fine gentleman somewhere in that battle.
Yeah.
But again, they need funding. So please, please, please support them if you can.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of cases going on in California.
I know you do.
We're challenging the waiting period for people who already have bought a gun in California.
Right.
We're challenging the handgun roster. We're challenging zoning ordinances that put gun dealers out of business.
Right.
We're challenging confiscation measures where people have confiscated guns and the government just doesn't return them back when no charges are filed, even though they're innocent.
Right.
We've got a number of cases in the state of California. California is a really hotbed place for us.
Well, part of the problem with California is it then travels and goes elsewhere. We're seeing that in Oregon and Washington.
Right. So at any rate, to help us out, you can go to saf.org, samalphafrank.org, or put Second Amendment Foundation in any browser and our website will pop up. Our membership is only $15 a year. We're about the cheapest gun rights group out there, because we just want you involved. So if you join us, donate to us, we'd greatly, greatly appreciate it, and it makes it help. It's even more important now.
Can I join today?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Right when we get done, I'm going to join today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's really important now too, because our funding is going to have a problem this year. With Trump winning the White House, the Republicans control the House and the Senate. On a national level, the gun rights community is not under attack anymore. And a lot of gun owners feel, well, hey, now I don't have to do anything. We've won the battle. Obama's out of the White House, and our funding is going to go down. But the number of cases we can now file, getting good judges appointed and getting the ninth judge on the Supreme Court, now is the time to really, go on the offense. But that takes dollars.
Yeah, absolutely.
So please help us out. SAF.org.
And I'm going to put the link in the description, so if you don't want to go hunting for it, that's fine. I'm going to put all the links in the description so you can go directly to the SAF website. I urge you, please join, please donate, please help. Thank you very much, Alan.
Thank you. Thanks for all your help.
Have a wonderful week. Thank you very much for watching. Keep watching for more updates from SHOT Show, and whatever you do, wherever you go, please be safe.